All right, when you are using the second method of factoring, we have to remember all the forms of factoring that we used. Greatest common factor should always be used first. Always look to see if you can pull out a GCF. Grouping is used when there's 4 terms. Trinomials, ax squared plus bx plus c. And difference of squares is the 2 terms, subtraction symbol, perfect squares. The first absolute thing you need to know is when you're solving any quadratics, they need to be in standard form. Okay, so they need to say ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. So the first part here, the first 4, is just moving the stuff around. So this one, to set equal to 0, I need to subtract 7 to the other side. Okay, 7 is not a like term to either of them, so it just gets rewritten as x squared plus 5x minus 7 equal to 0. Okay, now it's in ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. Okay, number 2 needs to be set equal to 0. I'm going to add the 5x squared to the other side. 5x squared is your ax squared, so it's going to go in the front. There's no like terms here, so it just goes in the very front. Ax squared plus b plus c equals 0. Okay? Alright, number 3, again, I want to set it equal to 0, so that negative 4x squared has to be added to the other side. Its like term is a negative 6x squared, so I'm going to add it there. Negative 6 plus 4 is negative 2x squared minus 5x minus 5 equals to 0. Now that's good. Alright, last one. There's 2 things we have to move to the other side, which is allowed. It's fine. Add 5. The 5 goes with the 22. They're constants. Negative 3x needs to be added to the other side, so it needs to go in the middle of them because it's your b term. That's your a term, that's your c, so your b needs to go in the middle. 2x squared plus 3x, negative 22 plus 5 is negative 17 equal to 0. Okay? Alright, in the bottom, we're now going to start solving by factoring. So we're going to use our factoring methods to be able to solve, and we're going to use the stuff that you watched the last video on to be able to solve the quadratic. Here, we have a trinomial. It's already set equal to 0, so we don't have to move around like the top. Your a is 1, so we're automatically going to guess and check. If you use the other method, it's just going to take you a little longer to solve, whereas I feel like the guess and check right away is going to get you there. So x and x, what 2 numbers multiply to negative 4, but add to negative 3? That's going to be negative 4 and 1. So minus 4 there, plus 1 there. And then now this looks like the other video. So I set both factors equal to 0 and then solve. That's going to be 4. 0 plus 4, subtract 1, x equals negative 1. And those are your 2 x-intercepts. On the back, it's going to work the same way. We don't have any GCF to pull out. Equal to 0. So right away, I'm going to use my guess and check. My a equals 1. 2 numbers that multiply together to negative 40, but add together to negative 18 are going to be negative 20 and positive 2. And then right from there, we set both equal to 0. Add 20. Subtract 2. There you go. Alright, number 2, there's actually a GCF I can pull out from the beginning. It's not a difference of squares. I can take out 3x from the beginning. So 3x is going to go in the front. 6 divided by 3 is 2. I had 2 x's, took 1 away. Negative 3 divided by 3 is negative 1. X's go away, equal to 0. Now we set both factors equal to 0. X equals 0 divided by 3 is 0. Add 1, divide by 2, x equals 1/2. Okay, so those are your 2 intercepts. Number 3 is a difference of squares. There's no GCF to pull out. x and x, square root. Square root of 25 is 5. Put a plus and a minus, set equal to 0. Subtract 5, x equals negative 5, and add 5, x equals 5. Your last one is not set equal to 0, so I just need to subtract the 2 over. Now our a isn't 1, it's 5, so we have to use the AC method. So a times c is negative 10. They have to add together to negative 3, so our numbers are negative 5 and positive 2. So we're going to rewrite this like this, and then start grouping together. 5x is our GCF, pull it out. Positive 2 is our GCF, pull it out. Insides are the same. And then you set both of those factors equal to 0. X equals positive 1. Subtract 2. Ran out of room. 5x equals negative 2. Divide by 5. And x equals negative 2/5. So those are our two answers, okay? We'll practice this more, but I did want to give you a head start on solving by factoring.